Sega! Oh, welcome to a Let's Play I never...
Sonic games were good!
Yeah, that. But welcome to a Let's Play I never actually thought I'd find myself doing. We are going to Let's Play Sonic 1 here. And, not sure if I'm playing or if it's... I'm pretty sure I'm playing at this point.
Okay.
But...
You know, Sonic was a very fast character.
Yes, he totally was. For a time and everything, it was fast-paced.
Well, keep in mind that Sega's marketing ploy for this game was they put it next to Super Mario World and asked kids which game they wanted to play.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Granted, I do know in the... well, I should probably say that for when we get to the credits, but you know, everybody has done this game to death on online Let's Play-wise.
Oh my gosh, I'm tripping balls!
No, you're tripping birds.
There's birds, and there's balls, and there's... What's up with all the peppermints?
They're delicious, everybody likes them. Don't you know they're Sonic's favorite food?
Now you're on uppers and downers?
Yeah! Yeah, this special stage... It was extremely fun, don't get me wrong, but it was trippy as fuck. Not in the mindfuck way, but it's still kind of trippy.
And then they never had another special stage like it ever again. ... Ever again!
We don't talk about Sonic 4.
At least until we get to playing Sonic 4.
God, don't remind me.
Hey.
But anyway, so for this Let's Play, I'm not going to quite try to blow through it or anything like that, but I will get the cast emeralds.
Not that you already blew through the first level!
What?
Not that you already blew through the first level.
Right, totally.
Ooh, now you're pulling off some supersonic stunts!
Oh yeah, like...
Yeah, pressing the D button down when Sonic's moving to bump off enemies with the supersonic spin attack!
I always loved abusing physics in this game so much. But, you know, see, that's one thing that a lot of people don't seem to get when especially new players, when they go back and play old Sonic games, it's like, I can't get the hang of this game. This is all... I don't like the way it handles. The physics were... It was an actual physics engine back then. As far as you can put physics in a video game like this. It handles like you expect it to in real life. If you throw a bowling ball down a hill... Okay.
Have you even seen a hedgehog?
Dude. I think of Sonic more like a bowling ball. If you throw a bowling ball down a hill, hells yes it's going to gain momentum.
Well, that would explain why he keeps sinking in water.
Yeah? Okay,
so, like, what kind of hill would you be throwing a bowling ball down?
Blueberry Hill.
Okay. Just as long as pumpkins aren't involved.
God. I will stab you with a Master Emerald Shard. Oh, man. Anyway,
Tripping balls again.
Yeah. But really, I don't need to say much about this game. Essentially what I'm doing here is...
my gosh, Ultimu, explain the controls and mechanics for this game!
No. What I've decided to do...
It needs explained!
What I've decided to do for this Let's Play... well, actually, it's more like side Let's Plays between any major projects or anything like that. I'm going to kind of, just do the Sonic series as side Let's Plays. I haven't decided what I'm going to call it yet. But, that's what I'm doing right now.
I can't wait till you get to Wacky Worlds.
Dude, actually, I'm kind of interested in getting into that. I remember renting that once as a kid, and then never really getting a chance to play it.
That was back when people rented video games from a local store.
Yeah, you remember that? And I think about the last time I actually ended up renting a game was during the transition time with Nintendo between the Super Nintendo and the 64.
That was a very long transition.
Yep. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I still lived in Nebraska when the 64, and actually even when...
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You released personal information on the internet!
I know, everybody's gonna know exactly how old I am.
Oh my gosh!
I'm 11 years old. Also, watch me fail to get that item box for a little bit.
There's an item box up there?
Yeah.
Well, fuck that shit.
No, it's perfectly doable. Except Sonic really decides he needs a running start for this. Yes, because this first boss is just entirely too hard to do that without a...
How do you jump?
Any button! Just push buttons! Push button! Hard boss, let me tell you.
Yeah, I didn't like him because he was pretty clearly a ripoff of Bowser's Clown Car in Super Mario World.
Seriously?
No!
I was about to say, man.
You didn't get the bonus stage!
You don't get those in Act 3.
Okay, first world is done, rest of the game's kind of lame in comparison.
Shut thy whore mouth.
I'm sorry, every Sonic game has that problem. The first level is awesome, and that makes every level afterwards not seem as fun.
On what grounds?
Okay, Ultimo, would you rather play City Escape or the Pyramid level?
Let me think about that for a bit.
Would you rather play Green Hill Zone or would you rather play Stardust Speedway?
I've only played Stardust Speedway once in my life.
Would you rather play, let's see, what's another early Sonic game level?
Okay, Angel Island Zone.
Okay, would you rather play Angel Island Zone or Hydro City Zone?
Both! Dude, Hydro City Zone was awesome.
No, it wasn't. It was an underwater level.
I fucking love the underwater levels in that game. Except when I was a kid, I could never get past...
See? There you go!
Hey.
There you go!
When I was a kid, I had a lot of trouble with Hydro City Zone Act 2, just because of the fact that, for some reason, I had so much trouble learning how to spin dash in that game.
Yeah, and now we're gonna get 1,001 comments in the YouTube comments saying that's not pronounced Hydro City, it's pronounced Hydrocity.
I used to actually pronounce it Hydrocity.
What?
Hey, I did.
Ultimo, you used to be cool.
Hey, I also okay, before I apparently learned how to read, I used to call Chaos Emeralds, especially in Sonic 1 here, Choa's Emeralds. Even though I knew the word Chaos by then, I knew what it looked like, and I never made a connection in my tiny little pea brain.
You know what? I think that would actually make the game better.
What?
At least later games.
Choa's Emeralds?
Yeah, call them Choa's Emeralds.
God.
That's a change we can make without pissing off the fan base.
Oh God. But yeah. So let me go back in time here a bit. I can't remember exactly when I got my Sega Genesis. I got it for either my birthday or Christmas one year. What?
My first time with a Sega Genesis was well after its time. I was a Nintendo house.
Yeah. Well, I started on the NES when I was about 3, and was whipping ass in Super Mario Brothers at that time. And then we ended up moving to North Platte there, and my parents were like, "Hey, we should probably sell the Nintendo." I'm like, "No!" And then they later on surprised me with the Genesis. I was like, "Hey, this is actually kind of cool." And for a very, very brief time, I was a popular kid in the neighborhood because I had Sonic.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember the early Sega Genesis commercials?
What? No, actually, I don't.
Steve has a Sega Genesis.
I don't remember any Sega
Genesis. Steve
has
a Sega Genesis. Hey, I heard Steve has a Sega Genesis.
Oh God.
Hey Steve, do you have a Sega Genesis? Oh.
Ow.
That was back when video game commercials were fun.
Oh yeah. Because of how derp they were?
Yes. Yes, they were.
And the thing is, even with how lame they were just awesome back then to us.
Yeah.
It's like how I remember certain games from my past as being freaking awesome. That I come back and play them nowadays, I'm like, why? Why?
Well, I mean, the Sega Genesis had a whole lot of classic fun games. Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
And...
oh, don't forget Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh, yeah!
No, actually, I digress. Eventually, I will be going through my, basically, my nostalgic cast as a Genesis guy. See, I had Sonic 1. I ended up getting Cool Spot, which you've already played. I had Bubsy. And I don't know what it was in the series, but it's probably a good thing. I ended up getting James Pond 3. Which, do you remember that series, Oracle?
I did not play that series.
The first one is very bleh. The second one, not too bad. It's actually getting kind of fun. But the third one, they actually got the formula down for a really good game. I was shocked.
Games coming out after their previous games actually being good?
Yeah, I know.
How long ago was this?
Well, look, let me put it in perspective here. The first one, basically you were a fish swimming underwater in a tuxedo ripping off James Bond. And you're supposed to grab items and put them near other items to complete.
You suck!
Yeah, fuck off. But the second game, you're actually going around actively jumping on enemies to kill them. You had this like really cool ability where you could sit there and stretch to the ceiling and stuff. And it was actually kind of fast-paced too, which was fun. But then by the time you get to the third one, it played A, a lot like a Sonic game, but B, more like what you expect out of some kind of fish-based underwater agent.
Oh man!
On the moon!
Look at all those bricks you missed! You could have got more points!
I know, I think it could have got up to like, what, 10,000?
You need to get a lot of scores so you can record your score in the instruction manual that came with this game that includes slots to record your highest scores!
Because well, you know, back then kids may have actually done that, that's the thing.
I don't think kids may have done that, because, again, going back to the time when you actually rented video games at a store...
Oh, well, I own this game.
You'd get a lot of games, and occasionally there'd be an instruction manual.
Yeah.
No one ever used that note page for anything. If you were lucky, maybe they wrote down some passwords.
Well, hey, Oracle, this is before the year 2000. People didn't know how to read back then.
People know how to read now?
Of course not. We have standardized education. Oh! No child left behind my ass. But anyway, so yeah, like I was saying earlier and got way the hell sidetracked, I got this game and I played the everlasting fuck out of this game for, God, I don't know how many years, because for a long time it was all I owned. And so, I grew to learn...
You didn't even have a pair of shoes, folks.
No. I walked to school uphill both ways every day in the snow because, hell, it was Nebraska, there's always snow. Let's see. Well, but you know, I'm not my parents, so every day I also had to fight pirate ninja zombie robots.
Okay,
Yes.
now that is a flat-out lie. There have never been any robots in Nebraska, ever.
Okay, fine. The robot part was a lie. But, yeah, it ended up being, like...
You got the Choyu's Emerald!
Chozo Emerald!
Absolutely fucking nothing!
You got the Chorizo Emerald! Go make Mexican food with it now.
Yeah, the continue is more important than the Emerald.
Yeah, honestly it was.
It's a shame that there isn't, like, a block in the bonus stage that would, like, give you a continue if you hit it.
Or at the very least, like, an extra life. Yeah, okay, so might as well go into more of the mechanics of this game and everything. Yeah, there is an unused block in the data for special stages, where if you would hit it, and you can actually get special stage editors to go back and do this, and edit it in. But if you touch that block, you go right through it, and you gain extra life. I don't know why they didn't use it.
Yeah, Sonic Team has a very nice repertoire of, you know,
hey, let's put this
making stuff and not using it in the game.
Yeah.
They say it's because the cartridge space wasn't big enough.
They can say what they like.
I mean, in theory, I guess that could be the problem, but...
Possibly. And
I think
right there,
it's more that they were just lazy.
Yeah. Right there, that is like cutting off a crap load of level.
And you know what really drew my attention to the Sonic series is that you can stand on the sides of spikes without getting hurt.
that was a draw. Well, I guess that makes sense because you can't really do that in Mario games.
I was a nerd.
Yeah, believe me.
This surprises absolutely no one.
No.
Ah, you suck!
Yeah, that was me just completely sucking. But hey, this person that sucks has 11 extra lives.
Yeah, too bad he can't hold on to one ring.
Yeah, well, you know what, go eat a dick. Nah, actually, it's just more fun to blow through that boss like that. Just take your hits and kick his ass.
Well, in any Sonic boss where you have rings, that's typically the way you beat it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, until you get to Sonic 2, then you're just like, oh, hi, I can pretty much stand on you by jumping. Tell me I'm wrong!
And now we're talking about Spring Yard Zone.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this one. I've never been a fan of this zone.
Me neither, but it looks good.
Oh,
because there's so much everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's a very nice.
That is why it created such a lasting impression. It's not necessarily a good level.
It is a very full level, though.
Music isn't exactly that.
Yeah, I think that's about the only thing that really spoils the level for me. Maybe the color scheme too. But...
yeah, and there's a bunch of words in the background. Sometimes they don't necessarily make sense.
I always thought it was cool. Well, I always thought the words were cool. I mean, at least CPU, because, you know, me always being the computer nerd.
Okay, but what about when you see Cope in the background?
I don't know.
See?
I know there was one more that was, like, apparently hidden in the data. I can't remember what it said, though.
It probably said fuck.
Yeah. No, it's actually one that's just floating in the sky. It says sex. Oh, wait, that's Lion King. Oh, Disney, we will never forget you. But,
that was a blind jump! This game would never be made!
No! Let's see, what are some other things that they cut out? Oh yeah, there was going to be a power-up that was, it kind of looked like a little snorkeling mask. And as far as I know, it would let Sonic breathe underwater indefinitely. You can actually see it if you go into debug mode and go all the way through the stage with debug mode on and go through the goalposts.